Hi everyone, it is Wednesday, the 20th of July, 2016, and this is episode 79 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host, Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova Crafts on Instagram. The show notes for today's episode can be found on my blog or in the Ravelry group, links down below if you're on YouTube. I normally have a VKN on Thursday nights, but not this week. Somebody might throw one up on my behalf in my Ravelry group, but I make no guarantees. Because I'm going to go see Star Trek tomorrow night. 7 p.m. premiere, Star Trek Beyond. So I normally start my VKN at 7:30, so yeah, I'm not going to be doing that in the movie theater. Nope. I'm excited, yet a little nervous to go see Star Trek. I just got a text from my boyfriend. My phone makes random noises. Yeah. I'm both excited and nervous because, like a lot of Star Trek movies, it seems like the Enterprise gets destroyed in this one. And, I am overly attached to fictional starships. And so I know I'll probably be upset with, how, the ship gets destroyed. So, I mean, and I've already seen it in trailers. You see the ship on fire screaming into a planet's atmosphere. I'm pretty sure the ship is destroyed. Like, it's a thing. And that's not a spoiler because it's been in trailers and nobody's seen the movie yet. So, well, I mean, people have seen the movie. People who worked on the movie know what happens, but you know. And then there's the whole thing with Anton Yelchin. He passed away. He's the guy who plays Chekhov, the new Chekhov, not Walter Koenig, who he's still alive and kicking. It took me years to realize he was Bester in Babylon 5. Like, but anyways, I am way off track, and if you're a knitting person, you probably don't care about Star Trek. Well, you might care about Star Trek, but I shouldn't ramble about it for so long. But anyways, no VKN tomorrow night, seeing the premiere of Star Trek. I have a giveaway drawing to do. I only got 7 entries, so that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be 2 to 8, because the first post is mine. And, sorry, I'm pulling up the randomizer on my phone as I talk. And so, it'll be, 2 through 8. If my phone will load the randomizer. I'm waiting. Waiting. Come on, phone. It's a new phone. It shouldn't be doing this. By the way, I've been playing Pokemon Go. Freely admit, I've been playing Pokemon Go. Integer generator. There we go. 2 to 8. Randomize. Come on. I'm holding it up so you guys can see the number when it pops up on the screen. Come on. What is this thing? Let's try that again for the 3rd time. What is going on? I've been having really weird problems with the internet, and I think it's actually like the internet and not my phone, because I've been having problems on my laptop too. And my laptop is hardwired in. Like, I'm actually plugged in via an Ethernet cable. So let's see if it works this time. Loading. 2! 2! Alright. 2 to 8, it picked 2. And 2 is Imicole, who posted her, that's a pretty blue, whatever it is. It is Tink Sock in the all-in colorway. And she won it from the Pretend It's a Plan podcast. It's a very pretty blue-green. So, Imicole, I will be gifting you a copy of my Harvest Grain pattern. And if you didn't win and you're interested in getting my pattern, it's available for $4 on Rav, which I don't think is that expensive in the grand scheme of sock patterns. And I would very much appreciate it if you bought it. So, done! I'm going to make a note that Imicole won. And I locked the thread, so you can't enter anymore. Kind of wish a few more people had entered, but you know, 'tis life. So, let's see if I can put these in order. Not that you're going to be able to see that. So Kevin has been playing with his 3D printer. Where's boat number 1? Here's boat number 1. He's been printing these little tugboats. As you can see, they are not perfect. There's a bit wrong with the bow. as a calibration tool for his 3D printer, which is on that rolling cart right there. He actually got some more filament that is glow in the dark. So instead of this blue, he can do glow in the dark. He's totally gonna 3D print me a glow in the dark Vulpix. Anyways, as I was saying before my printer so rudely interrupted me, Kevin's been printing these little boats because this little boat file is specifically calibrated so that it's specifically designed so you can calibrate your printer. So he has gotten a whole fleet of these, and they're not all going to fit in my hand. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? These are all the mess ups. These are all the ones that didn't come out well. The one print that came out well is at his work right now. And then we have 3 partial boats because he needed to see the bow. And when the bow got messed up, well, there was no point in printing the rest of it, no waste in the plastic. So we have 3 partial bows. And one just dropped and went somewhere. And where did it go? It's somewhere under my seat. I'll get it later when I'm done recording. So yeah, he's been printing all of those, and yeah, literally a handful of, we have a fleet of not perfect little toy boats. They make a funny noise. Anyways. So, I'm going to do some stash that's not stash, because it's not yarn stash, it's like book pattern stash, before I talk about the one thing I've worked on this last week. So, I have a Tuesday group, knitting group that meets at Barnes & Noble. Excuse the crinkling, sorry. So I always check, like, the magazines and stuff. And there's one magazine I always buy, which is Piecework. And the new one was out. So I got the new Piecework. Which is always nice. It's not just knitting. There's a bunch of other stuff in here, too. And I always just like the articles. The articles are always, like, super interesting. I don't need those. Like, you know, like, this is stuff about making a home along the Pioneer Trail. And, what's this one? Oh, yeah. A case of 3 patents, women and the decorative arts. You know, and the articles are just actually genuinely interesting in here. And this episode is going to be nice and choppy because apparently my hard drive is running out of space again. But anyways, as I was saying, there's a lot of good articles in here. They do seem to have changed the paper. It's not as glossy as the last issue. The outside looks exactly the same, but but on the inside, the pages are not as glossy, which actually I don't mind because more matte pages are actually easier to read in funky lighting because glossy pages reflect everything, and it's really hard, but matte pages are actually really nice and easy to read. So I'm not complaining. I'm just like, huh, they changed their paper. But anyways, yeah, there's always some nice patterns in here. This one has, I saw what looked like a shawl pattern. There's a half moon clutch you can crochet, which is basically just crochet a circular doily, fold it in half, etc., etc. Where was it? I just saw it. Or was that Weldon's? I don't know. Oh, this thing about, Country Home Textiles. It's got, like, these examples of blankets and stuff. It's really interesting. I haven't read all the articles in here yet. I mean, I just got it yesterday, but really interesting. And they have a counterpane pin cushion, chair back stuff to crochet. Ooh, that one's pretty. I don't know how to do needle lace, though, but it's pretty. Pretty. Don't know how to do needle lace, but it's pretty. But it's just really interesting, all the stuff that they have in here. And it's one magazine that I'll buy kind of no matter what, because the articles are interesting even if I don't particularly like the patterns. Also, I love that they tell you about upcoming exhibitions and stuff. So they have a calendar in the back. Sorry, I have something in my eye. It's driving me nuts. Of exhibitions. And they have a call for entries. The Embroiderers Guild of America's 21st National Exhibit. In San Francisco, there's a On the Grid Textiles and Minimalism at the D. Young Museum. San Jose, Indianapolis. Salem. What's in Salem, Mass? Oh, Splendor. Luxuries from China at the Peabody, Essex. Should look into that. Because that's actually near me. Salem, Mass is like 45 minutes away. New York, New York. Manus Ex Machina, Fashion in the Age of Technology at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That sounds interesting. Ah, too bad I can't get to England. There's 2 really cool ones. But they're in England and I don't have the money for a plane ticket across the pond right now. So, yeah. One of them's only through September. Actually, no, one of them starts in September. It goes to January. But anyways, yeah, I really like piecework. The other thing I picked up, because it was on the 50% off rack, and you can tell that because of the giant red dot on it, is Woolly Thoughts. Unlock your creative genius with modular knitting. I basically paid like $4 for it, so it was totally worth it. I was really amused by all the sheep pictures in here, because the sheep are doing such funny things sometimes. Like, they have thought bubbles, and this one's knitting on a triangle, and there's just some weird sheep illustrations in here. They're really entertaining. 2 sheep sharing a sweater. I don't know what's going on. It seemed like an interesting book, so I got it. Sheep with a shopping bag full of yarn. You know, it's all about knitting in pieces and then putting those pieces together. I'll just use the back. Here's the revolutionary way to knit. Easy, fun, and foolproof. You can make your own rules and mix your own colors, and you can't go wrong. All you have to do is master a single stitch. The knit stitch. The easy technique in Pat Ashforth and Steve Plummer's illustrated book will show you how to make patchwork squares that you can assemble to create colorful sweaters of your own design. Where's the sheep with the quadratic equation? Because I thought that was hella funny. I cannot believe I just used that in a sentence. I really try not to use that word. I cannot believe I just used that word. Ah, here we go. Sheep doing math. There we go. It amused me, and for like $4, I thought it was worth it. So now, on to actual stuff, like knitting. So guess what? I had a sweater that just needed the sleeves last week. Now I no longer have a sweater that just needed the sleeves. The whole thing got ripped out completely, and I restarted. So I'm in the process of picking up stitches to start knitting in the round. So I've done the front bib and the back bib. Kind of goes like this. Doesn't look like much right now. So here's the deal. After I podcasted last week, I actually sat down and looked at the sweater. Because in my euphoria of getting the body done in a week and a half, I didn't actually think about it. And looking at it and trying it on again, and overall just taking in the sweater, I realized none of it was right. And none of the stuff that was wrong, that was stuff that could be easily fixed by blocking. So Thursday night, with the help of the VKN ladies and talking it through with them, I ripped the whole thing out. By the whole thing out, I mean I ripped every single stitch out of that sweater. And then immediately cast on again because I wanted to keep the good juju, mojo, whatever, going on the sweater. I then put it down over the weekend because I was kind of mad at it, upset. I didn't want to have to frog it, but I did, etc., etc. And yeah, so now I'm on take 2. Now this time I have gone up both needle size and pattern size. So I've gone from making a small to making a medium, and I've gone from using a US 4 for the main body to a US 5. And I seem to be getting a fabric I like better. It's not as tight because I knit really tightly and I wasn't on gauge. Though I'm still a little tighter, but my fabric is much nicer for gauge. And I went up a pattern size, which should give me more looseness in the body because I wanted the sweater to be loose like it is in the pattern photo. Do I have? Yes. Okay, I have a photo of it here. Of course, I didn't print out a bunch of pictures, but yeah, okay, you can see it in this picture. I'm going to try not to show you the pattern. So you can see in the picture here, right? See how it's loose on her body and the neck is actually like wide, like out here, like it's a scoop neck, like a wide boat neck kind of thing? Yeah, no. The neck on the sweater was like this t-shirt on me. It was just not, it was not right. And because it wasn't right and it wasn't fitting right, and now that I could have really pulled the neck out, but that wouldn't have done anything for the length of the body. The body was too short. Like my natural waist is here, and that's where the sweater was sitting, and I didn't want it there because my natural waist is higher than where my jeans sit, and I didn't want a gap between sweater and pants, right? And I would have just, there was too many problems to fix with blocking, and I know I said that already, but I'm reiterating it. There was too many problems to fix by blocking. So I made the decision that in order to be happy with the sweater that I really, really want, because honestly, I really do want this sweater, I needed to rip the whole thing out and start again. Excuse me, I need a sip. I have my Snapple here. And so that's what I did. And now I'm working on getting started on the body again. I don't have any stripes yet. I'm still using the same colors, same yarn. I'm just going to have a few more ends to weave in, basically. So I also, you have to knit these front plackets straight, right? So it doesn't say to slip the first or last stitch of every row on the edge, but one of the other ladies at my local shop knitting group did that, and I realized on the second time through, I should probably do that as well because it makes picking up the edge so much easier. So that's the big hullabaloo with the sweater. I did count the first version of the sweater for Stash Dash because I had bound off on everything. And I'm kind of unofficially doing Stash Dash. It's just like a challenge to myself to see if I can actually do it, as opposed to actually trying to compete and win prizes. I just want to see how much I can knit in the summer. So, I know this is going to sound really weird, but I'm hopeful that my knitting time will decrease soon, because I am still job searching, and my unemployment is going to run out soon, and so I really need to find a job. And once I find a job, you know, if it's not a work from home job, I'm going to have to start recording my podcast on another day, which you guys will have plenty of notice. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to stop doing this. I really liked doing this much more than I ever actually enjoyed writing my blog, which I really should go back to writing an actual written post there every once in a while. I should also go back to reading blogs. I'm terribly behind on everything. I'm like 6 months behind on blogs. I'm like a month behind on podcasts. It's horrible. Anyways, so I'm actually kind of hopeful that I will have less knitting time in the foreseeable future because I kind of want to have a paycheck. So, you know, fact of life, that's how things roll. I'm trying not to get too upset about it. I'm hoping that, you know, doing my Bujo and stuff will help. I actually tried a new spread this week to do a weekly spread instead of, you know, one page for each day because I wasn't filling the page. I mean, you know, I wasn't filling a page with one day. I mean, this is 2 days. Yeah, you know. So I figured I would try doing my week out ahead of time so I can see everything at once, starting with Monday, ending with Sunday, and then go from there. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm hoping that that helps, and I'm hoping that, you know, it helps keep me on track. And, yeah. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. Everything I do is a work in progress. I haven't had a finished object in weeks. Anyways, I think that's about it. I'm going to have to splice the 2 videos together because my hard drive ran out of space. I cleared some stuff off, so I have some more space for this one, so I don't need to split it again. And, yeah, I think that's about it. I keep slouching, so I keep getting lower in the frame. Anyways, again, no VKN this week unless one of the other ladies wants to throw up a link for me. I will talk to them about it, but I make no guarantees of there being a VKN because I'm going to go see Star Trek. Yay, nerd out! I did the winner for the Harvest Grain, Imicole. I'm going to gift you it. Congratulations on winning. You don't need to do anything. It will just show up in your Ravelry inbox. And if anybody else is interested in buying my pattern or buying my scarf/shawl pattern, which is available as well, I would really appreciate the help right now. And now I'm not begging you to do this. If you don't like the patterns, if you don't want them, you do not have to buy them. But if you want to support me in some way, it would be really appreciated. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And I will see you all next week. Send me some good luck job juju. I need it. All right. Have a good one. Bye.